Hey guys, Chapter 10, Lesson 5, Decimals and Fractions. Okay. How are fractions and decimals related? That's our essential question because they're both parts of a whole. The basketball team sold $660 worth of tickets. If they sold 80 adult tickets at $6 each, how many $4 tickets were sold? I'll give you guys a second to do this. Okay. Whoop. I was gone so long that my screen went dark. All right. The basketball team sold $660 worth of tickets. Okay. If 80 adult tickets were sold at $6 each, which would give them a total of 480, because 80 times 6, 8 times 6 is 48. Just bring my 0 over, 480. Okay, so I'm going to subtract that. So we have 180, okay, left over. So now we need to divide that by our 4. 4 can't go into 1, but it can go into 18. 4 times, that's 16. Do subtraction. 4 times what comes close to 20? So our answer here is 45. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay. I'm going to skip through this. I know. You're like, what? But we know how to do it. It's so easy. All right. What is the relationship between fractions and decimals? Well, fractions and decimals are both part of a whole. They're not a whole thing. Just like change is not a whole dollar unless you have 4 quarters or 10 dimes or 100 pennies. That's a whole, okay? 100 out of 100, 10 out of 10, 4 out of 4. But fractions and decimals are both part of a whole, okay? So you got to think about your pizza. It's like cutting a pizza into, the best way to think about fractions and decimals is cutting a pizza into 10 slices, not 8. So when you cut it into 10 slices and you eat 5 out of 10 slices, you ate half, okay? Or you ate 5/10. So here it has 2 rods colored in. So that tells me that this is 2/10. The tenths are the dimes. I can't stress that enough, that this is dimes. When you see tenths, it's the same as dimes. So I have 2/10 because this is where my dimes would go. I can put a 0 there. That is not going to change it, okay? It's not going to change how much it's worth. The 2 is still going to be worth either 2/10 or 20 cents. It doesn't change the value. Okay, Cody is painting 4 walls of a room. The amount that each wall is painted is shown by the models in the table. write each value as a fraction and a decimal. Okay, so how many do I have shaded in here? I have, the dog's getting tired of me. She's like giving me a loud yawn. Okay. Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. Sorry, fraction first. So I'm going to write it in two ways, okay? I'm going to write it as 9/10 or 90/100. Okay, 0.9. Then over here, I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 58. So I have 58 out of 100. Okay, and that's 0.58. This one, I have 2 out of 10 or 20 out of 100. And I have 0.2 or 0.20. Over here, I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. So I have 66 out of 100 or 0.66, okay? Okay. There are 100 fish caught in a fisherman's net. 60 of the fish are mackerel. Write fractions with denominators of 10 and 100 to represent the fraction of fish caught that are mackerel. Shade the tenths and hundredths chart to represent the values. Write the equivalent decimal in numbers and words. By the way, this sounds so hard because it's got so many words, but it's seriously the easiest thing we're ever going to do. Okay, so let's take it piece by piece. First, what we're going to do is we're going to write them. I'm going to write up here my fraction. Okay, so this one is out of tenths, so it's 6 out of 10. This one is 60 out of 100. Okay, this is cut into 100 squares. This one is cut into 10. This one is cut into 100. So I'm going to color in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Decimal form is 0.6 or 0.60. 0. And word, oh boy. I'm just going to turn to the next one. Word form would be 6/10 or 60/100. 60/100. Oh, because they wanted the word form for that one. Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, so this is in your book, Math in My World. Write 7/10 as a fraction with a denominator of 100. So it would be 70 over 100 because there's 2 zeros in. You just add 0. You add a 0 to the top, you add a 0 to the bottom, okay? How many squares did you shade in? 70. You know I would never be able to do my finger shade in more than that. Okay, so 7/10 is equivalent to 70/100. So it's just like 70 cents, okay? 70 cents, think about if you had 7 dimes, it's still 70 cents, right? It doesn't mean you wouldn't walk up and someone says, oh, that'll be 70 cents. And you go, oh, do you want 70 pennies or do you want 70 dimes? Which one makes 70 cents? Or you make 7 dimes. They would say, are you losing your mind? 7 dimes and 70 pennies are the same thing. Helpful hint. I like these. Notice that 70 hundredths or 0.70 is the same as 7/10 or 7 out of 10 or 0.7, okay? It's the same. When you're making your fractions from tenths to 100ths, you add a 0 to your numerator, you add a 0 to your denominator. Boom, boom, done. I'm just going to skip, right? It's the same thing. 9/10 is the same as 90/100. 90/100, not 9, 90. 9/100 would be me only shading in 9 of these 100 squares. That's not what I'm doing. I'm shading in 90 to make it equal to this, to your 9 out of 10, your 9/10. Okay. I thought it was going to get stuck like it does sometimes. Okay. Write each fraction as an equivalent fraction with a denominator of 100. So they're already telling you what they want as your denominator. So they want 100. Okay. What do I have to do to my 1 in order to make it equal? So I can't put 1 over it. I can't say 1 out of 100 because it's 1/10. So I have to say 10 out of 100. Okay, same thing with this 5. It's not 5 out of 100, it's 50. And the decimal is point. It's kind of the same thing. Okay? 50 out of 100. Got it? Okay, is 1/10 greater or less than 1/100th? Well, 1/10 is greater because anytime that you go left of the decimal, like when you're going left towards the decimal, the number, the value is bigger, okay? So 1/10, think about a dime, which is greater, dime or penny? Well, dime. So a dime is worth 10 times more than the penny. All right, you're on your own. I will be Zooming you, and I'll see you on Zoom. And if you have any questions, just let me know. All right, bye.